Everyone is on their own path at different stages of the journey of buying what we love to buy, but it's not as much as of a question of should we keep buying. The more important question is, what are you buying? Because what you buy now will definitely have an effect by the time you want to take profits, whether that be now, in 2 years' time, or 5 years' time. On the table down here, there's a whole different variety of things that I've bought over the years, and some of them have been good, great decisions. The others was just impulses, and I think in some cases just been taken out for a ride because I was a brand new stacker and I saw silver content in this thing and whatnot, and you trust people and, well, you learn your lessons. I have said in my previous videos, and I've shown this one off, it comes in a red case here which is falling apart, so that'll be the last thing I'm touching because I don't want to get it all over my other stuff. But what I guess you should be buying or collecting is, so this is a 10-ounce Perth Mint bar. Nothing really special about it. They don't really make them anymore, so hard to get a hold of these days. But this is something that if I needed to sell a portion of my stack, I wouldn't be heartbroken if I had to get rid of this, because I paid just a little bit above spot for it, and if I could get spot for this, given the price rise and how it will continue to go up over the years, it's not really going to hurt me as much as if I had to get rid of a collectible coin, like such as this one. This is a Perth Mint 15th anniversary 3-ounce koala. I bought this for $345 about 3 years ago, when spot would have been about $40. So I paid a hell of a premium, and you have a look at the actual coin. I have shown it in my previous videos. It is a beautiful coin. Have a look at that. I won't get it out of the box because I'm not wearing my gloves. But if I had to get rid of my stack in a hurry, I ain't getting $345 for that, or even close, especially if I take it to a bullion dealer. And then even trying to sell your stack online or in any of the forums, you need someone that is looking for this in particular. And if you're not going to find anyone in a hurry, then you either sell it for a loss or you keep a hold of it. Some other pieces you can see here is, after I bought this coin, I did learn my lesson, and I stopped buying any of the collectibles, especially if I wasn't overly attached to them. The only other things I've really purchased, last year I got this Christmas themed bar from my local bullion dealer, just because I just thought it was incredibly beautiful, and like, you don't really see much of these in Australia, so I had to get myself a couple of those. And this is my local bullion dealer. No affiliation or anything, but I would love I'd love some free stuff if they were offering. But I've been buying, these were the first guys I ever purchased bullion from, and when they brought out their bar, I just wanted to sort of support them, and I know it costs a lot of money and whatnot to prepare for these things. I can't figure out how to open this. Oh yes, but I think I paid about, I can't even remember. It was not spot. Let's just say that it had a pretty premium on it, but because I wanted to support the guys that have educated me over the years, I got me one of their bars. And there you go. Now, they are based in Melbourne, but this is from their Sydney tour, because they like to go around Australia and educate people of interest. Also, don't mind my non-manicured hands. I hurt my thumb, so I can't really cut my nail. And these are tradie hands, so they're always going to look like this. This is a 1-ounce Platinum Dragon from the Perth Mint, and they have a limit of 5,000. I have nothing in, say, particular no particular reason to buy platinum. I bought this out of more of an intention of flipping it because of how scarce they are, and just because 5,000 of them are made, that doesn't mean 5,000 of them are going to be hanging around in Australia, and I know they are a very sought after series. So I got that when the price of platinum would be about $1,600 or so. As we're all aware right now, platinum in Australia is sitting just under $2,000. So I paid about $1,850 for this. I haven't made a crazy big gain on it, but it's finally starting to show its worth. This is another one of those things that I purchased very early on in my... Let me just put all this together. Very early on in my journey when I started buying silver just as a form of savings. No one had educated me that, hey, I should be buying bars and things that I'd be willing to get rid of. Or if I needed to get rid of, they'd be very easy to sell. Whereas I paid a premium for this thing, and you know, it's one of those things where you look at it, you're like, oh my God, that's so cool. Like, I want that. But that want is going to cost you a lot of money in the future. So if you're just getting started, there are going to be 100 things that you want, but only a few of them will be choices worth making. And just some other stuff around here. I purchased this a few months ago. Because I decided that I'm going to be focusing more on bars now, and even if I'm buying bars, you know, they should be somewhat exciting, and I thought this was a very beautiful design. This is just some generic stuff that I've had for a while. Nothing special, just one of those things where if I needed a few $100 quick and fast, I can get rid of that and it's not going to cause me any pain. These are some other bars that I picked up. I think this is just a local brand. Someone made this in their backyard, but they've done a really good job here. It's beautiful. And just a John Wick 5-ounce bar here. Don't see them too often. Now, in regards to what you should be buying, if I could make any recommendations without it being financial advice, I would highly recommend you guys get yourself some generic bars, depending on your goals as well. If your goals is to preserve your wealth and have something that's really quick and easy to liquidate, the bars are the best way to go. These are some round 50-cent coins. I got these from a dealer. So 3 of these make 1 ounce. Now, they take a lot more space than your general 1 ounce rounds and coins, but if you can pick them up on a good price, then I would recommend something like this as well, because you can touch it. You don't feel bad about them, you know, falling on top of each other or causing scratches. Like, these have been circulated, so they're good fun. Now, the last thing I want to bring up, and it hurts me very dearly. These, well, I'll show you this, but it's not to do with this coin in particular. So, last year I liquidated pretty much all of my gold. Not because it was a necessity or, you know, I really needed it for something. I liquidated my stack, my gold stack is, I wanted to invest into the stock market. I've got friends that, you know, have been invested into the market and they're all financially savvy, and I am invested into the market as well. Don't get me wrong. I look at it every day and I have been for a number of years, but they don't invest in metals, and they were fully invested into the stock market, and they were saying, you know, gold and silver, they don't pay dividends. Like, yeah, you've got your money in there, but it's, you know, it's not really doing anything. And if you hear the same thing over and over again, even if you don't really believe in the message, a part of it still stays with you. And I thought the share market has been on a bit of a upwind. So maybe it's time that I liquidate my stack and put it into something that is going to help me on my financial journey. So I sold out on my gold. I had about 3 ounces at the time, and I sold it when spot price in Australia was about $3,000. That just pains me on the inside because the current spot price in Australia is sitting at $5,269 or so. And the price of silver is at $56.68. To be specific, I calculated that had I not sold my gold, I sold over 3 ounces actually, but it was about, I've lost out on 6,800 odd dollars. Like I don't want to say it's lost out on, because I still made a profit on that. But what I say lost out on is I did something with my stack when I didn't need to do anything at all. Now, I don't want to sound too salty because, I made my fair share of profit, I can say. But when I didn't really need to touch my stack and my own investment theory was working well for me and I didn't need the money or anything, I probably should have just at least left half of my stack there and just done whatever I wanted to with the other half and not liquidate everything. So this is the only only piece of gold I have in my stack. So my current plan now is I have been dollar cost averaging into the stock market, which I will now be saving up to buy my first ounce of gold again, which seems like such a wild journey away, especially with what's happening in the world at the moment, with the US getting involved in Iran, and it's just looking a little bit out of reach at the moment, but I will persist, and that's really where I want to wrap things up. So there's really just 3 key takeaways I want to leave you guys with. 1, why are you buying? Like, are you buying to preserve your wealth so that one day you can obviously make a profit, but not lose the value of your fiat currency and have it easily be able to be liquid, which will then bring you on to what you should buy. And as I said, the best things to buy are these things here. These 10-ounce bars. They're not overly expensive compared to, say, if you want to go straight for a kilo, but at the same time, if you just want a few $100s, if an emergency pops up and it's just a few $100s worth, you don't need to sell $2,000 worth of silver if you find a few of those. Now, when is it time to sell? If you're looking to part with your stack because you want to fund another venture on the side, just ask yourself, do you really need to sell? Like, could you put up cash just on the side instead of buying any more, metals? That way you can still build up a reserve and not lose any part of your stack. Or if you do need to liquidate some, could you achieve what you want if you only sold a portion of your stack? That way, like I said previously, you're not putting everything and you're not taking yourself out of the game. I just want to teach everyone from my mistakes, because I sold my gold and then it went up 2.5 grand. So yeah, take it from me. For anyone that stuck around until the very end of this video, thank you so much. I know I haven't released a video in over a year. Like I said, I've not been buying, so I've not really kept my nose in the game. I've had my sack still, but yeah, I will do my best to create more content. And thank you again for watching. See ya.